So I think what's interesting there is you guys are both talking about kind of this kind of top down importance of being able to collect this information in on time, but you're having to deal with new staff, new department heads each year. I mean, you're lucky if it's the same ones returning, but you're part of this kind of training process. So I'm curious what processes and or controls you've implemented to help make sure that those things are happening on time. Any advice there?
Well, happening on time versus training are kind of different things. I mean, yes, as a database manager, I want to give people the information that they have. I try to give centralized, develop a communication plan, letting people know that, hey, the database is now open for you to make these requests. Here are the deadlines, giving them a schedule, letting them know the importance of it, right? Empowering them to actually do it, giving them material if they've never used the system before of here is a how-to guide, whether that's a video or a static document, whatever that is, trying to develop a communication plan and a training plan. But the other side of actual compliance of getting it done, I mean, I don't think anyone solved that yet. It's certainly, we do the best. I mean, that's part of the communication plan of reminding people, hey, this deadline is closing this week. These three deadlines are closing next week. But, what are you going to, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can tackle it. Are you going to have an enforcer? Are you going to have someone that's like threatening people? Like, you don't get your golf cart in, then you're not going to get one. Well, you know what? They need the golf cart to do the job, to meet the outcome that you ultimately set for the event. So, I think that it becomes, I mean, there's a lot of strategies that I've worked with the different groups on, and some of them, they all add their unique pieces in trying to get this to work a little bit more. But I mean, you got to remember that the vendor who is your accessibility services vendor, they may be spread across 6-7 events over a 4-week period, and they're having to do the advance for all of these events, who are all using different systems and doing different things, and different teams that are doing that. And it's not easy to do. It's just trying to give them the information, but also showing them the importance of why it's important, but also having an operations team and an asset management team and a site operations team that is doing the best that they can to know that, wait a minute, hey, I'm looking at the tent request and they don't even come close to matching what's on the map. Mm-hmm. Right. And what is there, who is supposed to do something about that, right? Let's take an asset like radios for an example. Last year you ordered 1,000 radios. Right now we're 7 days before the radio deadline closes and you've got 234 requests in there. Now, okay, well, that's pretty telling if you have the historical information to be able to make that comparison and know that, hey, we're really short here. But then whose job is it to go out and seek out those groups and say, hey, you need to put your request in? Or is it, the asset manager who's just saying, well, there's no way that I'm going to get that done, so let me just order X number of radios that's going to try to cover that what has not been requested.